What's going on, guys? This is Kirbycraft Games, and welcome to my own personal review of the new support hero in Overwatch, the Space Ranger, Juno. Juno, in my opinion, is a rather breath of fresh air for Overwatch 2 and its support hero design so far. Up until the release of Juno, every Overwatch 2 support hero that they've added has gone under these same lines as like Mercy and Moira, where they are either forced to damage or heal. They can't really do both. And I guess Ana falls in that category too with how her gun works, but let's not worry about that. Juno's primary, at first, just seemed weird. When I first loaded her up into the practice range while waiting in queue to try and hopefully get actual gameplay footage of her, I noticed she had 180 ammo in her primary. That just was so weird to me. Then I realized she fired in 12-round bursts, and it's just like, why have it 180 ammo? Why not make it like a 6-round burst fire that has like double the damage / healing output? Why make it 180 ammo for a 12 burst fire? Why not a 90 ammo over a 6 burst fire or something like that? Just seemed odd to me. Another thing I noticed right off the bat was, while they say she has a secondary fire, it's sort of like it's an ult ability. That's all it is. Just an ult ability. It's just tied to the secondary fire button, akin to Roadhog's new breather or any of the tanks that have a shield button. Or Doomfist power block, I guess. Yeah. It has its own unique thing, and it goes on a little cooldown for, it's like 10 seconds, I think? Pretty sure it's 10. Another thing I find just like a breath of fresh air, I was so concerned this was going to be like a mainstay thing, was I was scared she was going to be like flying around the map like Pharah or Echo. Thankfully she doesn't. All her little flight ability does is just basically hold her whatever her current Y-axis is. She's allowed to just basically fly just at that perfect altitude until the ability wears off, or if you hit your double jump, if you already haven't used it. Nice little bit of speed momentum, I guess, but it's really awkward when it comes to if you get somewhere up that is too high to consistently heal your team. You can't really lower yourself unless you want to cancel the ability outright. I hope they change that. Make it so like crouch can make you lower a little bit instead of just keeping you at that exact same level. Who knows? My main concern when it came to everything's been a main concern, was that it was going to be replacing Lucio in terms of speed boost. Yes and no. Technically, they can work together. Like, say, have Lucio amps, then after the amp ends, Juno can fire off her hyper ring loop thing. I don't remember what the ability's called. They give an extra burst of speed for a little longer. Pretty sure I have a clip somewhere in here where I had like this really cool rollout on Sarabasa, where it was Lucio's amp, followed by Junker Queen's shout, followed by me using Hyperloop. And it was pretty fast. We got there a solid 7 seconds before the enemy team, so rather effective in that regards. Yeah, I'm just going to be talking about some other minor details while you're watching me either succeed or fail as Juno. I don't know what you would call this. Uh, she's really quiet outside of her primary fire, which is, I guess, both a blessing and a curse. Since, well, a supports should be somewhat quiet in my opinion. It's nice to, like, if your whole team gets wiped and they're trying to push for like a spawn camp or something and they C9, you can just go in and take care of the point yourself. I have a clip somewhere in here of a game on New York where I just sort of skirted by the entire enemy team, even waved hi to the enemy BAP before just making my way to the point. I'll try and insert that here if I find it. If not, that is a thing that existed somewhere on my computer. And but yeah, she's really fun. It's just I'm mainly concerned on how this will affect like movement creep, because that's been a thing that's existed in Overwatch for a little while now. I've heard the talks about it and I understand it for the most part. If you want an actual understanding of that, go find another video. I know SK on SK Extras had a video talking about Lucio's boop and all that, which talked about movement creep a bit better there, so go watch that. But it's just, I hope this is like the last hero for a little while that has any form of movement-based utility, because like everyone's just they want Overwatch to be this fast-paced game, but at the same time, it's okay to not make it so everyone is going like 400 miles a bloody hour. You know? It's like, it's just something like that. It gets me concerned a little is all. And another thing, this is one I saw like on Twitter, a lot of people were asking for it. I don't see why they would ask for it, considering how it even work due to how Juno's gun work is, but people want her to be able to land headshots. I'm not sure why, personally. Her gun works similar to Ana's, so why would you... And Ana's doesn't have a headshot, so why would you allow it so that Juno's could headshot? Because, like, her burst fire is already pretty decent. A single missile combined with a burst fire and a kick can one-shot Tracer. At least Tracer might be able to one-shot higher. Anything higher, like a one-shot Widowmaker or something, I don't know. But it's just like, give that a crit, even if it is like a lower crit number, like say 1.5 instead of the normal 2. That's still a lot of extra damage if they're able to consistently land headshots. Because I'm still not 100% sure if Juno's primary is a hit scan or projectile, because this might just be a me thing, but I'm not seeing any projectiles fire out of her gun. When, like, in a gunfight, I'm not seeing any enemy projectiles from the Space Ranger. But at the same time, it could just be like a latency issue on my end or something. But, because, like, I've said it already, but it feels a little weird. She looks like she is a hit scan character with how her gun works. Another thing I tested on the practice range was I was trying to attack the enemy sniper bot from atop the building next to the dummy hero AI, where people can farm killer axes and whatnot. And I'd fire it, and there would be like maybe a half second, a second and a quarter where nothing would happen. Then the sniper bot would get hit, which makes me think like, well, maybe she's a projectile hero. But at the same time, I'm not seeing any projectiles fire, so I don't know if it's like they're trying something new with like delayed hit scan. I don't know what you'd call that. I would assume delayed hit scan would be the best thing to call it, but it seems a bit weird nonetheless. Because if it is classified as a hit scan, if they did give it critical hits, I know this is not like something I should be talking about, but at the same time I'm slightly concerned nonetheless. What if a guy's just rage hacking your game and you just get deleted by Space Ranger crits? You know, like that's what I'm thinking of, because like I don't know what her base damage per burst is, but still, if it's able to combo smoothly into a one-shot on Tracer, it's smoothly in quotes, it's a lot of inputs for me to do in a swift timing, but nonetheless, pros will be able to probably pull that off easily enough. It just concerns me, is all. I'm just mainly rambling at this point. The couple other things I actually want to talk about when it comes to Juno is, what on earth is that ultimate? They basically went, what if we made Transcendence into, or have a damage boost at the same time? And that kind of scares me, because it's pretty strong. I won't lie. Again, another practice range thing I was testing was it was able to successfully keep Juno and the two target bots alive through the duration of the ultimate from the rocket bots. I was using rocket bots for example because I knew the normal firing bots would have the damage for it. But yeah, they were taking off good hunks of health, but then they would just heal it up again, like almost as fast as Transcendence healing. So it's just like, I know it's not the near immortality thing that Transcendence provides, but with the damage boost, like combine the orbital strike ray with, say, Baptiste ultimate on a choke point. Trying to think of a decent one that probably could work. Circuit Royale, yeah, that's a good choke point. Right after you get first point on Circuit Royale, the defending team could just have Juno and Baptiste at the top of the hill, pop both their ults, and they could just laser you down for that short period of time. Especially have someone like Malga Bastion on the comp. That could just melt through you. And I'm not sure if I have a clip of this. I think it was during a game where I wasn't unsuccessful on locking in Juno because I was backfill. But I remember seeing this one thing where it was Malga in a cage fight against the entire enemy team, and I don't remember if it was the enemy Malga or if it was my own Malga. I think it was the enemy Malga. Yeah, that's right, because I was trapped. Got trapped in it, and their Juno popped Orbital Ray, and despite the fact Malga didn't have his lifesteal, he pretty much killed everything but our own tank within that cage fight, and he was still at full health, which was pretty scary. So yeah, that's another thing I'm concerned about, is just that. But I mean, I can't think of anything else I want to talk about. I mean, I guess her interactions are interesting. Saw one with Ramatra where he basically was just showing he is against humans regardless of where they are, which is kind of funny. Her spawn room interaction with Reinhardt is adorable. Any time a new hero gets a Reinhardt interaction, it's an immediate 10 out of 10 in my book. I mean, that's all I can really think about to say. Um, any changes I want to be possibly made to Juno is possibly simplify her ammo. Like, because the 180 ammo thing is just, it's weird to me, you know? It's essentially 15 shots. I think that's right. 180 by 12. Yeah. 15 shots in the clip. Simplify that to maybe 6-round bursts with 90 ammo. That could work. Or just, I mean, you'd have to double their healing output, damage output, and whatnot, but same overall DPS. It's just less shooty shoot. But at the same time, I can see why they'd make it a 12-round burst like that. So you can just spray and pray into a crowd, heal up your allies, and potentially hit enemies for a little bit. Yeah, then maybe the 12 ammo is the 12 round burst is fine. Yeah, regardless of that, I hope that they actually give Juno stuff for her actual launch, and they don't disrespect her like they did Venture, which is more than likely gonna happen. But at the same time, I'm bummed Venture did not get anything out really in their debut season. I mean, the season was pretty much named after them, and they pretty much got nothing. If they do decide to give Juno anything new between now and when the season releases, or season 12 releases, more than likely going to happen, give her some interactions with Sigma, just because they both float, they both have ties to different forms of gravity. Juno and her gravity boots and her ability to just float around and whatnot, and Sigma being the epitome of a black hole. I don't know, man. I want Sigma to have actual interactions with people. He's my favorite character in this game, lore-wise, and it's just they rarely ever use him, and it really sucks to see. But yeah, outside of that, outside of personal biases, give her like little green man from outer space skin. That'd be cute. Yeah, she is a Martian after all, so it'd be just sort of funny to have that little old little green men from outer space tied to her in some retrospect. And I'd say make one of her like default the uncommon, I guess is what they're called technically. Outfit colors be akin to like the Metroid. That'd be cool. Give her like a Samus Aran-esque outfit. That'd be cool to see. And yeah, that's all I can think of when it comes to Juno the Space Ranger. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll try and have another video out for y'all a day or so from now. Take care.